What's up guys, I'm Wraith and welcome back to my channel
Wraith Mace.
So today I want to do a quick reaction to the recent trailer that was just released about the War Within expansion pack for World of Warcraft that's going to be coming up. It's going to be the announced cinematic trailer, so it's going to give us the date for it. It's Echoes of Azeroth, and I believe this has something to do with Xal'atath. Two things about my channel really quickly. There's going to be two types of content you're going to see. It's going to be collectibles and video games. So for this one, it's going to fall into the video game content for World of Warcraft, which is the game that I've been playing for almost 20 years now. The anniversary of World of Warcraft is coming up November 2024, and it came out in 2004. So I've been playing World of Warcraft for 20 years. So some of the folks watching this video right now, I've been playing the game for longer than you've been alive, which is crazy. So anyway, so I want to do a reaction to this because I've been playing World of Warcraft so long. Over the years, the amount of time that I've played in each expansion pack has waned based upon how much fun and how cool it's been. For instance, this recent expansion pack, Dragonflight, has probably been the least amount of time that I've played on it, just because from my perspective, Dragonflight has been super boring. It hasn't been great at all. I've actually jumped on and I've also played Cataclysm Classic, which I stream, and I also still stream Dragonflight. I play a rogue, so I just do, really in this expansion, it's been all PvP. So 2s is generally what I do, and BGs. So if you ever want to take a look at some of that content, you'll be able to see some of that stuff on my channel as well. Going back to the War Within, I know nothing about these upcoming expansions. I know that there's going to be a 3-tier arc that they're going to be doing with this, but I haven't really followed any of the information that's coming out about it. So this is going to be really my first chance to really react to the date. I don't know when it's coming out, as well as kind of like the storyline. I have very little bits and pieces here because, again, I haven't been hyped for it because Dragonflight has really let me down from that perspective. So again, this is from a 20-year rogue's perspective. We're going to take a look at the announcement trailer now, see what I think, see what my first reaction to it is. So let's go check it out. Alright guys, I'm back. So I got the trailer queued up. This is going to be the War Within date announcement cinematic trailer. Echoes of Azeroth is what it's called. So again, I've seen very, very little information on it because I was not hyped about this expansion to play, even though I've played every single one that's come out for 20 plus years. So let's take a look at this. And then, by the way, after this is over, I'm also going to take a look at Bellular's video about the specific classes and the changes and stuff that are coming, because I need to know what's happening with my rogue. So let's take a look at the trailer, and if you're interested after that, I'll have another quick video in this here showing my reaction to what Bellular is saying, what they're doing to my rogue. So let's take a look. Let's start it up.
In darkness,
I think that's
she
Xal'atath.
slumbers
My wife plays a shadow priest.
and dreams.
Oh, all right.
And for countless generations,
Dala trailer? Jeez, I saw this a bunch of times.
heroes have risen to defend her.
Oh
They
man,
faced
I have your weapons,
monsters,
bro. I have those.
tyrants, and beasts
There he
of
is.
primordial
That looks good remastered. That trailer looks really good remastered. Alright, what do you got, Xal'atath?
Though they fought amongst themselves,
MLP? I don't like that expensive.
their enmity followed
BFA?
them to the most distant shores.
Still BFA. Oh, they didn't show Draenor. Oh, there it is. There's
And
Draenor.
even across time. And
There's Legion.
space,
This is a really good expansion.
their courage.
And then this
never
was Shadowlands?
faltered. Even upon the
Now here's
very
Shadowlands.
threshold of death.
I actually like some parts of Shadowlands.
While new
I tell you something, man.
blooms on
Dragonflight.
the horizon,
Oh my god, this is such a boring
the
expansion.
final battle
Yeah, can we do something with this? It's been sitting sitting in the desert for years.
Now, in the darkness, at the very heart of the world,
Alright, Stone Dwarf.
the drums of war thunder
Who are
once
you?
again. And Azeroth at last awakens. The world's soul, so long denied me, shall be
Zalakath.
mine.
That was the Legion Legendary for Shadow Beasts. Okay. What's the date? When is this coming out? Oh man. Holy moly. Alright, so that's interesting. So that means, let's go back to here really quick. Alright, so this means that 8/26. Oh, I gotta tell my twos partner. So this is coming out at the end of August. Okay. That's interesting. That's very interesting. So one thing that I've always kind of wanted with World of Warcraft to do is I'm a huge D&D nerd. I like the R.A. Salvatore books, and I love R.A. Salvatore and all the Drist books. And I love the Underground, and I love the Dark Elves, and so I would love to see if that's kind of what they're doing here. If they're going into, I know in Cataclysm we went down in, into the depths of Azeroth essentially, but I don't think that they've ever kind of really delved super deep into that portion of it. And in Dungeons and Dragons, there's a whole, underground world with dark elves and illithids and just like, crazy amounts of stuff. So hopefully that's where this is going, because I haven't followed anything really for this expansion pack. I know there's going to be, it's a 3-tier level that they're going to, so it's going to be one expansion into the next, into the next, into the next. And the formulation of this story over, I think it's next 6 years is what the plan is. So again, it's interesting. I would say that from my perspective, because of my experience with Cataclysm Classic and my PvP-ness, where I just love doing PvP, that I'm interested in this. I hope that they don't just keep selling me the same thing every expansion and get my hopes up, that they'll fix some more stuff. Again, the quality of life stuff is very evident that I noticed on my rogue, going back to Cataclysm, coming to now. But I hope that the storyline is good, because Dragonflight was the most boring expansion, and I mean the most boring expansion ever. I have never played an expansion that was so boring to me that I did not complete all of the quests. I like PvP, and I like playing the game outside of PvP, like going to do my own thing and like just enjoy the game, and the quests and everything that they have to the game. But like Dragonflight was so boring. I don't know if you guys felt the same way, but man, it was brutal. I literally would just log on to PvP and that was it. That's not normally how I play the game. I do other things. I like to do other things in the game. So I'm hoping hopeism that they do that they bring this back to the fun. Even Shadowlands, man, like there was stuff about Shadowlands that I enjoyed from a PvE perspective. This expansion was so boring, man, I could not take it. So hopefully that's what happens. So again, interesting trailer. Let's see if they go to the Underdark kind of, trail, which I would like to see. And again, this is coming from someone who's played the game for it's coming up with 20 years. So, all right, so we'll stop here. We'll get over to Bellular stuff if you guys don't want to follow that. I'm just going to look at the subs or the rogues information. So let's take a look over at Bellular's video. Alright, back. So I've got Bellular's video queued up. I've got it right at the point where we're going to talk about rogues. Looks like it's a very, very short point. It looks very tiny. But we're going to see what he says about what they're doing with rogues in the War Within, because I know nothing about the changes so far yet. So let's see what he says. Hopefully it's some good news. Hopefully it's some fun news. Hopefully they don't change too much of what is currently in the game, because I do enjoy playing my subtlety rogue. So let's check it out and see what Mr. Bellular says. By the way, I love his videos. I'm a huge fan of Bellular. I just, again, because of the game, what Dragonflight is, I haven't really watched his videos a lot in the past expansion. So let's see. Let's see what Bellular's got.
Whoever's in charge of Rogue is clearly a bit more focused on touching up the incomplete hero talents rather than just doing massive amounts of class changes, but they still do have a bit going on. We've got a stacking auto damage and move speed buff in combat, and we've got Shadow Dance and Night Stalker being removed from the class tree, so that's fairly big. Now, having these together was, of course, just a bit...
Wait, what? Alright, so new talent, Shadow Heart. Leech increased by... Alright, let's keep going, because I'm not going to pick...
Too strong, and it really did overwhelm the class tree a little, so that seems good. Now, Subtlety does still get 2 charges, but from its own tree instead, but not many changes beyond that, except that Pre-Med now makes your next generator fill your points after stealthing, and talents have swapped about locations a bit. Big picture, there is likely more to come, so let's move on to Outlaw, which now has got Adrenaline Rush scale with haste instead of being a flat 25% boost to GCD speed. Sepsis is gone, and more talent shuffling has went on to improve pathing. The range of Blade Flurry has also been increased to 8 yards instead of just being melee range, so I guess that'll be pretty handy. Assassination then also loses Sepsis, but also has Serrated Bone Spike turned into a passive applied by Rupture, and a new talent that gives Envenom 10% bonus damage while already active, which very much is just pushing the gameplay of like keeping up your Envenom uptime.
Sure.
Next then, Warrior as well. Class-wise...
Alright, blah, blah, blah. Nobody cares about Warriors. I'm talking to you, Bajera. Nobody cares about Warriors. Alright, so let's go back to some of this stuff. So, okay. New talent, Shadow Heart. Leech increased by 3% while stealthed. Okay, it interacts with Recoup while you're stealthed. And then I guess, will that activate while Shadow Dance is going? Maybe. Acrobatic Strikes has been redesigned. Auto attacks increase auto attack damage. And movement speed by 1% for 3 seconds. Acrobatic Strikes no longer increases the range of melee. Increased melee talents. That's cool. Most are being removed. Default melee range has increased. Okay, that's cool. They need to start shrinking some stuff, and they need to start making the game along the lines of some of what, like, there's just too much, everybody has too much movement in this game. There's too many, like, oh my god, Warriors, like, across the board, all melee classes, we need to have some of this stuff chopped, and I'm a rogue, and I'm saying this, we need to start removing some of this stuff, because what winds up happening is you have melee classes with so much uptime in PvE and PvP that you have to make the encounters ridiculous, right? And then from a PvP perspective, all casters have instacast, like, or ridiculous aura masteries, and it takes a lot of the counterplay away in the game. It's not fun, and then you wind up having just this whack-a-mole game style where healers in PvP, HP bars are constantly going up and down, and then that's correlated into PvP where HP bars are constantly going up and down, and so it's not fun. It's not fun. They need to fix this. So let's check out some of these other things. So that's a good change across the board that they're doing. Cut to the chase, move from assassination talent tree to all specs baseline. Okay. Triggering from, so when you have slice and dice up and you either envenom, dispatch, or eviscerate, it will refresh your slice and dice, which is good because you have a lot of things that are tied to that, like recuperate. Vanish guarantees stealth duration now 1.5 seconds in combat. Oh, that's interesting. So you can't immediately just get knocked out of your stealth. I'm sure you can probably get flared out. I don't think that that's going to counter flare. And again, a lot of this is coming from my perspective as a PvP rogue, right? Some of this, you know, what I'm saying is just from a PvP standpoint, because that's what that's what I care about. So I'm sure flare will probably still knock you out. If not, that's crazy. 1.5 seconds is a long time. Oh, base is 3 seconds. Okay, so for a half of the 3 seconds, you're guaranteed to be in stealth. Tight Spender now reduces energy cost. Whatever. Here we go. Subterfuge is now at 2-point talent. 6 seconds? Wow. Okay. That's... Alright, so Subterfuge is whenever you open, you still can use your stealth ability. So... That's interesting. I mean, from a rogue's perspective, that's really good. But I don't like the re-stealth gameplay of going back and just, like, stunning the entire team. And 6 seconds is a long, long time. Ugh, I don't know about that. I mean, from my perspective, it's cool, but that might have to be nerfed in PvP. Some talents have moved locations without a trace... I don't remember what that was. Without trace. It might have been a talent that you would just always take Shadow Dance with or something. Night Stalker has been removed. Interesting. So, does that mean I'm not going to have the stealth speed? And Shadow Dance speed? That's interesting. Alright, so maybe that goes back to what they were saying about mobility. Right? Melee range, increased talents, blah blah blah. Maybe that's one of those things. Alright, Fate Bound. Deal Fate now specifies it generates exactly 1 column point per use of any listed ability. Huh. I don't know what that is. Deal Fate Bound. I guess this must be something new that they're adding. Yeah, I don't know what that is. I mean, Seal Fate is the combo point talent, right? Where you get more combo points on crits. But yeah, I don't know what that is. That must be something new. I don't know about the hero talents also for what this expansion is going to be bringing. So that will be something else. Let me see. So this is kind of what... This is a little... I guess a little bit of some information for me for some of the talent stuff that they're doing. But let me see if I can find something that specifically talks about the hero talents for rogues. I don't know if they've done that yet. But that'll be a future video. I'll throw out that once I find some information on that. Just look at it from a very long rogue playing perspective. But yeah, so overall the trailer was interesting. Didn't really go into a lot of the story of what they're doing. I know there's probably some other videos out there I could probably watch and get some deeper information, and I'm probably going to now that I'm a little more interested in it. The date is interesting. August 26th, I think, is what they... Right? August 26th is the date? Where are you, Mr. Video? Yeah, I think it's the 26th. 26th or 28th, so that's the end of August, essentially. That's interesting. I was hearing that it was going to be pushed until sometime in the fall, maybe late fall. So that's interesting. So we'll see. I'm very interested in playing the next expansion and this next 3 expansion arc. Hopefully they keep making the game better. I'm happy with a lot of the quality of life changes that they've made in this portion of the expansion for Dragonflight. They just need to fix how boring it is, because it is really, really boring. And I don't care what Taliesin and Elvitel say. It is boring, dude. It's real boring. So anyway, hope you guys like this this reaction to the video and some of the information for rogues in the next expansion. So like, subscribe if you want to see more of this. I also stream a couple days a week World of Warcraft PvP on Cataclysm Classic and also on live. Generally it's just 2s and solo shuffle. So again guys, like and subscribe, and Wraith out.